Ain't nothing peculiar about the way that I was raised, and my arm is on the way.
Okay, you're all getting ready to see me ugly cry because I was recording while I was listening. I was sent it to my husband because he's at work, and it's because we finally made it to, and I'm sorry I'm sniffling, onto the Truth Sunlight podcast. It's one of America's, maybe the world's favorite podcasts. It's by Luna Sharp Media, and it's Mandy, Matney, Liz Farrell, Mandy's husband David, Beth is a researcher, and they are exposing things that will blow your mind in South Carolina. They're right now on the Mica Miller case, but they mentioned also the harassment that we've endured in my mother-in-law. And we are so thankful you're giving hope to so many victims. Thank you.
There seem to be monsters around every corner, and everyone and everything seems to hold some odd connection. Recently, we became acquainted with a woman named Dana Hanna, who told us that it was our coverage of the Murdaugh story, and specifically Maggie Murdaugh's story, where so much remained behind closed doors, that led her to make her research public on a Facebook page that her husband created and administers called Exposing Dirty Southern Money, Justice for Joe and All Victims. 2018, she and her husband Craig have been fighting on behalf of Craig's elderly mother, Jo Hanna, to expose corruption in the probate system and in certain legal offices. Their work has since expanded to advocacy for vulnerable people who are victims of probate abuse. Their story is one that I'm sure we'll talk more about because some of it bears a lot of resemblance to Mica's case and potentially involves some of the same players. But more than that, it seems to be a case that could be described as the first big crack in the foundation of what appears to be widespread fraud. The Hanna story includes allegations of organized and systematic harassment against them, millions of dollars that appear to be missing, unscrupulous probate judges, and estate attorneys. Dana became interested in the Murdaugh case because of the financial crimes and specifically the probate aspect of how Ella carried out those crimes. And she became interested in Mica's case when certain aspects of the harassment Mica faced seemed awfully familiar, including details of Mica's death. She has since found Mica's death. She has since Joe's and Mica's cases that we'll talk about in the future. Okay, now back to Regina Ward and
the church was Wayne Miller's quote church, and so he got a judgment obviously against her. But then Miss Caleb, I didn't know her at all. But when they got the judgment, of course, whenever the house came on the market for sale, I had been looking for a house on the Intercoastal Waterway for quite some time, and that house came available. From what I understand, she got dementia and had to have a conservator and guardian appointed for her. Her son, I believe, actually OD'd on drugs and died inside the house. So people don't want to live in a house where people die.
Soldier, keep on marching on. Head down till the work is done. Waiting on that morning sun. Soldier, keep on marching on. Head in the dust, feet in the fire. Labor on that midnight wire. Listening for that angel choir. You got nowhere to run. You wanna take a drink of that promised land. Gotta wipe the dirt off of your hands. son, you got dreamers plans, but it gets hard to stand. Soldier, keep on marching on, head down till the work is done, waiting on that morning sun. Soldier, keep on marching on. Quiet night, gonna wake the beast. Hide your soul out of his reach. Shiver to that broken beat. Dark into the heat. Oh, 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 oh. Soldier, keep on marching.
If people are telling you, don't look there, you won't, no, that's the wrong place to look, it's probably the right place to look.